Hi everybody! I welcome you to Jade Palace Yamingong. My name is Eunice, but you can call me Yaya. And today I want to share with you guys one of my favorite myths, 白蛇传, or Madam Whitesnake. So let's get started. Our story begins when one of the Ba Xian, or 8 immortals, Lü Dongbing, disguised himself as a mortal selling tangyuan over a bridge. A young boy, Xu Xian, comes and buys some, not knowing that these tangyuan were actually immortality pills disguised. Since Xu Xian was mortal, he was unable to keep them down after consuming them, so he became sick and threw them up over the bridge. By coincidence, a young white snake spirit, Bai She, was meditating Taoist magical arts in the waters below. When the pills floated to where she laid, she ate them and gained 500 years of cultivation. The little white snake felt so grateful to Xu Xian, and their fates became intertwined. With the additional 500 years from the immortality pill, added onto the 500 years that she meditated before, Whitesnake accumulated a total of 1,000 years of cultivation, so she was quite powerful. One day, when she was strolling in her human form, she came upon a street vendor that caught a green snake and was about to kill it. She buys the green snake from the vendor, thus saving her life. The green snake, Qingshe, was so grateful for Whitesnake saving her life that she regarded her as an older sister. 18 years later, Whitesnake and Greensnake turned themselves into their human forms to celebrate the Qiming festival, Qiming Whitesnake took up the name Bai Shuzhen, while Greensnake took up the name Xiaoqing. As if fated, Bai Shuzhen and Xu Xian meet once again. They fall in love and eventually get married. When Bai Shuzhen becomes pregnant, Xu Xian goes to a temple to pray for the well-being of his family. A Taoist monk, Fa Hai, tells Xu Xian that he senses demonic energy emitting from him. He then tells Xu Xian that he married a snake demon, and that he should pressure her into drinking some realgar wine, Shenghuangjiu, in order to expose her true form. Xu Xian does as he is told, and Bai Shuzhen, already weakened from her pregnancy, turns into a giant serpent. Seeing the true form of his bride, Xu Xian dies of fright. Bai Shuzhen and Xiaoqing travel to one of the 4 great Buddhist mountains, Emeishan, in order to retrieve a sacred herb that can bring Xu Xian back to life. When revived, Xu Xian confesses that he still loves Bai Shuzhen. Furious, Fa Hai seizes and imprisons Xu Xian in the Jingshan temple. Bai Shuzhen and Xiaoqing fight Fa Hai in order to save Xu Xian. As a last resort to save her husband, Bai Shuzhen summons a large flood in order to attack the temple, killing countless innocent souls. Unfortunately, she fails. Xu Xian manages to escape and reunite with his bride. Because Bai Shuzhen killed so many innocent people, she had to be punished. After giving birth to their son, Bai Shuzhen is imprisoned under the Leifeng Pagoda. Madam Whitesnake is one of China's 4 great folktales, along with Lady Mengjiang, Butterfly Lovers, and the Cowherd and the Weaver Girl. The main characters of this legend are the Whitesnake, known as Bai She, Bai Niangzi, or Bai Shuzhen. She is the heroine. Whitesnake goes by a lot of names, and while she is more commonly known as Bai Shuzhen in her human form, in the original written story, she is only referred to as Bai She, Whitesnake, or Bai Niangzi, the White Bride. The name Bai Shuzhen didn't come into existence until a later era. Variations to the story have her grateful to one of Xu Xian's past life for saving her when she was a common snake. After years of cultivation, was she able to seek out his reincarnation and repay her gratitude. Xu Xian, our hero and love interest of the Whitesnake. Original versions of this myth has his name as Xu Suan, but it was later changed to Xu Xian during the Republic of China. In most tellings, he is a mortal that has helped the Whitesnake in some way that she is grateful for his action, thus trying to repay his kindness. He and Bai Shuzhen eventually fall in love, get married, and have a son, only to be torn apart by Fa Hai. Some versions of the story has the Whitesnake being grateful for the immortality pill that he threw up over the bridge. Other versions has the Whitesnake grateful for Xu Xian's past life for saving her while she was a normal mortal snake. 青蛇小青. She is the little green snake that Bai Shuzhen saved. Xiaoqing feels in debt to the white snake, therefore she looks up to her like an older sister. She is not as strong as Bai Shuzhen because she does not have as many years cultivated, and she is normally depicted as stubborn and hard-headed. In some versions, she is the one that saves Bai Shuzhen from the Leifeng Pagoda after more years of training and cultivation. But sometimes media like to depict her as an antagonist because she is jealous of Bai Shuzhen. Fa Hai, our antagonist. He is a Taoist monk that will stop at nothing to hunt down the white snake and her companion. He is the reason that Xu Xian revealed the true form of his bride and led to the eventual imprisonment of the white snake under the Leifeng Pagoda. His views of the world is very black and white. There are no good demons to him and they all must be eradicated. In some versions, he is actually not mortal, but instead an old turtle spirit that was also meditating Taoist magical arts. He is jealous that the white snake got to the immortality pills first, and thus relentlessly hunts her down once gaining his human form as revenge. Historically, there was a real Fa Hai that the story's Fa Hai was based on who lived during the Tang Dynasty. He is credited with building the Jingsan Temple, the same Jingsan Temple that his story counterpart imprisoned Xu Xian at. During the tale, we see the narrative take place in the Zhejiang province, more specifically Hangzhou during the Southern Song Dynasty. Notable landmarks mentioned are the West Lake in Hangzhou, Xihu, the Jingshan Temple, Jingshan Si, and the Leifeng Pagoda, Leifeng Ta. The Leifeng Pagoda that we see now is actually not the original. The original one was built during the Wu Dai Shiguo, or 5 states and 10 kingdoms, but later collapsed due to disrepair in 1926. The new one that we see now was built in 2002. It is due to this myth that the Leifeng Pagoda was brought to popularity and has since been a hot tourist spot. Earlier, I ended with the story with the white snake being imprisoned under the Leifeng Pagoda, but there are many different endings. It just depends on the rendition told. The more romantic conclusion is that Bai Shuzhen and Xu Xian's son, Shi Mengjiao, reaches adulthood and attains the position of top scholar. At this time, Xiaoqing has cultivated enough power to defeat Fa Hai in order to save Bai Shuzhen from her imprisonment. The family is once again reunited and they live happily ever after. The version that I grew up with is that the white snake continued to be imprisoned under the Leifeng Pagoda. She is never reunited with her husband. Instead, when the original pagoda collapsed in 1926, was she finally free. And locals swear to this day that when the original Leifeng Pagoda fell, they all saw a giant white serpent ascend to the sky. And when I went to Hangzhou, this is the version that every local told me that happened. Like most Chinese works, the story of Madame Whitesnake that we know now is not the original tale. In fact, the original tale was not one of romance, but of horror. The origin of this tale can be dated to around the later Tang Dynasty. Madame Whitesnake was a story that bore a warning to its audience. In this tale, it talks of how a young man is seduced by and marries a beautiful woman. But day by day, he gets weaker and weaker. The husband continues to grow ill until finally, he melts into his sheets. When his family tries to find him, they only come across a dilapidated courtyard with an old tree that locals report commonly seeing a white python around. This is a tale that bears a warning to succumbing to seductions. The earliest fictionalized story in printed form was written by Feng Menglong during the Ming Dynasty. This is the version that every current adaptation is based on. It was originally written as a short story in Jingshi Tongyan, or Stories to Caution the World, and it was titled White Maiden Locked for Eternity in the Leifeng Pagoda, 白娘子有镇雷峰塔. This story is the classic trope of good versus evil, because here we actually have Fa Hai saving Xu Xian's soul from being corrupted and consumed by the evil snake demon. It is over time that the story evolved into one of romance between forbidden lovers. Madam Whitesnake is not a mere tale of entertainment, but instead symbolizes the conflict between social norms and obligations versus individual wants. The folktale showcases a tragic story of two lovers that cannot be together. In ancient Chinese culture, marriage was never for love, but instead maintaining relationships with other families that can help with financials, social statuses, or peace treaties. Thus, star-crossed lovers rarely, if ever, got their happily ever afters. And you thought Romeo and Juliet was bad. Bai Shuzhen and Xu Xian's romance was the epitome of forbidden lovers. Just like how mortals and spirits cannot be together, it could be the same for families of different classes. The story of Madam Whitesnake has been adapted countlessly over time in popular culture, in Beijing operas, movies, cartoons, anime, dramas, and so on. And a few of my favorite adaptations are Whitesnake, 白蛇缘起, which is a 2019 animated film. The Tale of the White Serpent, Hakujaden, from 1958, which was Japan's first colored anime feature film, and the 2005 Chinese drama, Madam Whitesnake, 白蛇传, starring Liu Tao. I have a Teespring if you'd like to support the channel. I have a lot of super cute designs that I'm really proud of. Please check it out if you would like to help out the channel. Link is in the description below. So what do you guys think? What are some of your guys' thoughts on Madam Whitesnake? We've seen this myth change so much over the centuries, going from one of warning to one of love. So how would you like to see it progress in the future? Leave a comment down below because I would love to hear and discuss them with you. And also let me know what topics you would like to see me cover in the future. If you like this video, please give it a like or subscribe to Jade Palace Yamingong. I would very much appreciate it. And until next time, 再见了，拜拜。